Hi people, Mercury again as always under as usual. Yeah, as you can tell based on the header of this video, this is a quick elaboration, essentially a part two as well as a quick elaboration on an article that I did a couple of years ago called Using the Occult for Fraudulent Ends or Means. And in it, long story short, I simply discuss how, for example, specifically African scammers within this context use occult related simply use magic specifically within their flavor, if you will. They call it sakawa. You can see it here for yourself. They simply use magic, essentially African witchcraft, to scam victims out of a lot of money, victims specifically from abroad. Again, if you're unfamiliar with that article, I highly recommend that you check it out. It's linked in the description of this video. Also, check out the videos embedded therein. If I'm not mistaken, this was in 2019 that I did this, December the 14th, 2019. So 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years going on 5 years. Um, and now I'm simply going to give you guys a couple of real life examples. There is also a very interesting thing called a very interesting there's a very interesting channel called Catfish. I actually enjoy watching that channel. It's essentially about people that get scammed online, specifically romance scams and whatnot. And you'll see how these guys get to work. Let's just check out a couple of videos, and you'll see for yourself. We'll watch them together. Hold on. Yeah. So this is essentially the channel. You can also find it linked in the description of this video. Catfish. The video they released a couple of days ago. Today essentially, or yeah, a video that they released today slash yesterday. Again, the headers speak for themselves, okay? And I'm gonna point out certain things now. The header of this video speaks for itself. Woman insists Johnny Depp boyfriend is a not romance scammer. So they essentially, it's a kind of a typo. They simply mean that this woman insists that Johnny Depp is her actual boyfriend. That Johnny Depp is the one that she's chatting to online. Let's see.
I think I really care about this person. It's like a relationship, like a true connection. I think I love him. I've always been a fan of Johnny Depp. If you told me it was the real Johnny Depp, I would be a little bit angry.
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by SocialCatfish.com.
Vivian gave me the different prices to meet Johnny Depp. There's like 3 levels. And I chose the 1300 package.
On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Deborah from Virginia. She believes she's in an online relationship with the one and only Johnny Depp. Deborah reached out to us after seeing the previous episodes of the other guests on our channel that thought they were talking to Johnny Depp. She sent him over $40,000 to meet him in person for meet and greets and travel fees. And well, she's now having doubts that she may not be communicating with the real Johnny Depp. Seekers, let's jump into it and see if we can help her out. Real quick, guys, don't forget.
Okay, and that's essentially enough. so yeah, it speaks for itself essentially. I don't really have to say anything. That's just one example. It just goes on. You can check out their channel and you'll see so many examples of primarily women, but people as a whole. Okay, there are a couple of guys in there, but primarily women that get scammed like this. Now, in relation to the article I did that I mentioned before, so the aforementioned article, again, the way that these guys operate, understand at a base level, in this case, it's black magic. How magic works by default in their specific case is that they literally it seeks out the weakest link. What did you notice? If you take a look at all of these victims, they're all losers. Have you ever seen someone successful get scammed? Exactly, no. The people that fall victim to scams are people that are mentally unstable, people that are just losers, people that don't really have anything going for them. That's what makes these people vulnerable. These people are mentally feeble because of the fact that life in their respective location, as well as at a global level in general, is unsatisfying for them, and that's what makes them mentally feeble. They're usually these cat lady or cat like individuals. They're lonely. They have nothing. They have no one. They have no quality of life. Life is nothing but a drag. Nothing but going to work, coming home, eating your TV dinner, and it just goes on. And when these guys, perform their magic, the whole Nigerian prince style, they essentially go online, they send out like 10,000 requests on any platform, whether it's a dating platform, which would make it a romance scam, whether it's sending out emails to random emails, to random email addresses, it just goes on. They're creating opportunity. That's the base level of how magic works. And then, and then, yeah, how should I put it? And then these guys essentially either before or during, generally speaking before, they go to someone that practices magic, or someone that practices their brand of magic, specifically whether it be witchcraft or whatever. Generally speaking, it is witchcraft, it's folk magic. And so witchcraft, African style, and they simply make their intentions clear, they pay a hefty sum, and the energy does its work. Again, it's like putting water down a tube. It's by default going to choose the path of least resistance. So what that energy does, that negative energy, it literally seeks out the weakest link. They send out 100,000 emails. Their logic is, even if out of that 100,000 emails, if I can just get one victim that will at least pay like $10,000, then it's all worth it for them. And what that the second that energy essentially pinpoints a person, as in, hey, weakest link, normal person, normal person, normal person. No, weakest link. This is a lonely woman. Husband is divorced. She's old. She's mentally feeble. Gotcha. And the energy essentially takes a hold of her, and that's how the scam begins. Because again, like I said in one of the embedded videos, in that article, in the aforementioned article, no sane person would fall for this. Okay, you have to literally be of an unsound mind. You have to be besides yourself, literally and figuratively speaking, mentally. um, and yeah, that's why you hear phrases like, I don't know what came over me, etc., etc., because again, something literally comes over these people. And of course it doesn't last forever. After a while, the effect of the spell wears off, and because energy dissipates like air or like water, and generally speaking, and yeah, these people come to and they think to themselves, how could I have been so stupid? But by that time it's already too late. Um, and yeah, that's how it works by default. Again, magic as a whole works by default, regardless of its nature, white, black, or anything like that. The intent is what makes it white or black. Okay, even righteous magic, just done for the sake of helping someone out or helping yourself out in a good, wholesome manner, works in the same manner. But like I said, the whole world works like that by default. If you open up a company, you're not going to thrive, and your company isn't going to sell if no one knows that your company exists. So you need to put yourself out there. And generally speaking, companies in global society do it through advertising, obviously, whether it be online, on television, you name it. They advertise heavily through the media. Of course, it's an investment for them, but their logic is, generally speaking, that they get a financial forecast, and the investment, generally speaking, provided that they offer good services and wares and products, is that it pays off in the long run. Because people actually see their product. Yeah, look, this store sells shoes, Nike, just do it. Okay, let me go to a Nike store. Nearest Nike store. Okay, and they go, they buy products, they're satisfied. Oh, I need to buy more, and it just goes on. The whole logic of provider and consumer, and the cycle just goes on, supply and demand. Um, and it's the same thing essentially. If the opportunity has to be available. If you're looking for a job, you're a sorcerer, you're looking for a job, a well-paying job, and you want, a well-paying job. You summon a spirit that specializes in work like that or work-related affairs. Hey, can you go out and get me a job, or can you see to it that I get a job? That spirit is going to work in the same fashion. He's going to scan essentially your entire area, everything within a radius of like what, 50 kilometers or something like that, 40 to 50 miles. Anything that is realistically feasible for you within in terms of profit, financial profit. And he's going to bring these opportunities to your doorstep. He's going to, for example, make you buy the paper. You never buy the paper, a newspaper, and you're not in the newspaper reading type, but you can literally feel like a voice in your head, or you can feel a heavy inclination, an almost irresistible urge to buy a newspaper. And all of a sudden, you see your eye falls on a specific advertisement, and it just goes on like that until, guess what? Voila, you have a job. The spirit is literally the one that did all of that. It's like playing chess. That spirit is going like this. Okay, you want the job, and tip, 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 and boom. you have what you want. That's how it works at a basic level. And it's the same thing with these guys. These guys are like this. They send hundreds of thousands of emails or profiles out and stuff like that. They message 100,000 people. They're like, listen, if I can just get 3 people, then especially in a continent as poor as Africa, then again, it's more money than they'll make in years. So for them, it's heavy bank. Honestly, they're breaking the bank, and that's how these guys operate. Of course, it's their problem. Regardless of what you do, you're going to get your comeuppance. You're going to get what's coming to you, and that also applies to these guys. Again, every hair on thou head is counted. Every hair on your head is counted, as God has said. Make no mistake. So these guys will get their comeuppance. I obviously do not condone this in any way, shape, or form. Like I've already said in my article. But that's it in any case, guys. Simply wanted to show that to you. Until next time, bye bye.